Welcome, everybody. VCT Game Changers Academy presented by Gen.G. I'm Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May, aka Blessing Your Eyes with Map 3. That's right. Wolf and Zombie here are really excited to be kicking that off because I think now that my guess has come to fruition, we need Wolf's guess to come to fruition and this one go into overtime. Putting it out there, but it's going to be Icebox. So let's talk about it. My statistician over here, Zombie, give us some numbers right now. What are we looking at here? Nothing to lose. It's their map pick. What are we thinking?
Nothing to lose. Also a bit better on this map, apparently, overall, specifically for attacking. So I mean that bodes well for them. Gen.G might be the returning champions, but with that last map victory and this one being a good map for them, nothing to lose could definitely get an upset.
Yeah, how are you feeling about this, Wolf? Because Zombie's absolutely right. However, we do have some new players, right, on both rosters to be mixing things up. So it's almost like a toss up at this point.
Yeah, I mean, took the words right out of my mouth. I think it is kind of a toss-up here. We did see Gen.G did play on Icebox yesterday, and they were fairly dominant. 13-7 is not a bad scoreline. So I definitely think that you can't count them out on this map. It is going to be a little bit rough for them. They're coming in off of that game loss, so they're going to have to make sure that they keep their mental in the right place here going into game 3, and then considering that whoever wins this, coming off game 3, you're going to have to go into another best of 3 right after against GX3.
That's true. And however, hopefully the vibes come in because you're playing for money at that point. Without further ado, let's find out who will be meeting GX3 in the grand finals. Will it be Nothing to Lose or will it be our reigning champions in Gen.G? Let's go to Icebox right now.
Beautiful setup. Pretty darn hype. Map 3. We could see the champions, I guess, fall right here on this map of Nothing to Lose. Have anything to say about it? Icebox is kind of become, for me, it's always been a bit of that meme map. I always see the community make fun of it, and the fact that like the offline LAN happened in Iceland. People were like, it's Icebox. But I actually really enjoy watching these players on this map.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty typical. At first nobody liked Icebox because it was the new map. But now Breeze is the new map, and people still don't like Icebox. So I'm not really sure what it is about this map that makes it so like polarizing for people, but something's certainly there. Does look like Tyray might finally be moving off of that Astra. We're gonna potentially see her locking in Viper here. Kind of curious to see what that's going to mean for the rest of the team. We do see KO coming out for Carly. Double Sentinel for Gen.G on defense here. Not a bad choice since they know they're starting on defense. Especially that Sage, you're able to put her walls in very interesting places to kind of cut off a lot of the multiple entrances for the attackers onto any of these sites.
A couple of good spots for it, for sure. I mean, you can just pretty much entirely block off the middle. And we'll see. I mean, I guess there's going to be probably that little bit of that patient, slow start that we've seen from a lot of these teams as they kind of figure out each other's positioning on a brand new map. And we'll see what the preference is, and if we'll see any of those attempted a bit more mid into the site push. Honestly, for me, I am going to be paying attention to Lynn. I don't want to like draw like a lot of attention to her because who am I to talk about anyone's performance? I super suck at Valorant. But I do think that, she did kind of underperform in the last map. And considering that Gen.G ended up losing it, I kind of have to point it out and kind of have to hope that she's able to pop off a little bit more because I think we all know that she's very capable of doing so, but just last map wasn't it.
Yeah, and I mean, we have seen Lynn has been a player in many of these tournaments. We have seen her definitely pop off, and you're right, she wasn't quite on her game in the earlier matches here, but still time for her to bring that back. Though right now we are seeing Nothing to Lose again with that very aggressive first push in the first round of this game.
Yeah, getting a quick pick off, that's always nice. So things do kind of slow down, as it is going to be an A push at the end of the day. The defender's down, woman already. Got Hannah picking up 1 kill, at the very least. Spike still needs to be planted. And things that aren't looking actually that promising for A. You know, they're missing 2 of their members, gonna get picked off pretty quickly, and Nothing to Lose gonna decide to rotate over to B.
Yeah, and most of Gen.G had rotated to A at this point. We do see Lynn is staying here on B. She was in that mid area looking to spot out that rotation for the rest of her team, though. Just hiding up in the place up there.
Yeah, nice and safe.
Spike down,
Well,
B.
maybe not so safe, but still took 1 more down before getting lost herself.
30 seconds
It's 3-2. Gen.G still looking good on the defense. Ari, though, trying to make something happen, takes down Carly. Not in this direction necessarily. Tyre might be able to come up from behind. Actually kind of revealed a little bit there where she's coming in from. Turret's going to be annoying as always. Spike is going to be planted in time.
1 enemy remaining.
And we got a little bit of a setup now for Nothing to Lose, which they are able to swing through with a round victory. Even though they had to kind of bop back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit there. But again, you know, we've seen them basically the first round of every game so far today. They take the pistol. That one was a little bit more back and forth running around than we typically see from them, but the result is still the same. And they've set up themselves up pretty good here to start off with the lead, at least. Does look like they're going to maybe be hitting the B site. Gen.G is fully stacked onto A. Ready for a push here. Maybe get some aggression coming out on a flank should they not see Nothing to Lose push into this area.
Bob is getting a lot of information right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure the communication there is go, 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 B, B, B. Like, it's open, it's open. And it definitely is completely open. Bob making sure to make it even easier to defend. And she takes down 1 while she tries to swing on over as well. Getting some help from a teammate, too. Zagara have some mid-action. Bob, though, up on top, gonna find 2. And with the teammate, Marina, there to clean up. Pretty much it's only Carly, who is also gonna get taken down. Are we sure they were defenders? Because they seem to do anything that's outside of the defender spot.
Yeah, that was not unexpected there. We are going to see Gen.G able to buy up this round. Going to go against the bonus on Nothing to Lose's side, but it does look like Nothing to Lose is going to hit the A site, which is a good choice when they have SMGs versus rifles, just because A has a lot of stuff to make those engagements closer, like in terms of like range, where their SMGs are going to be pretty useful here versus the rifles.
Yeah, close quarters can be a little bit better when you're facing rifles. Oh, you have a Hunter's Fury also. That's a game because Bob's already taken down so many of the opposing team. Now, Starrybun starting to get some points here. Takes down 2. Nothing to Lose. They're looking to be in a very good spot. Spike gets planted. They're going to be able to set up defensively. Gen.G are on the ropes. They look like they're going to lose this round. What can they say about it?
Yeah, and Nothing to Lose is planted in a very good spot. They're able to put the Viper Orb on top of it. She's sitting way in the back there, probably holding on to those poisons, waiting for somebody to try to defuse so that she can just pick them off without putting herself in danger. But it looks like Gen.G's decided that this isn't worth it. They're going to save the guns, back off over towards the B site, and reset for round 4.
I guess ending up with 3 alive and saving all 3 guns. I mean, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked previously about the like save penalty, but when you have that many, you have more than half of your team still up with rifles. At that point, the penalty is kind of counteracted a little bit there. It's definitely, if you know you're not going to be able to do that retake, definitely not a bad idea to save, bring those rifles over into the next round so that you can also have good guns and still buy utility.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I figured if it was over half, you know, it was a fair call to save them. That's exactly what they did, so yeah, it just didn't seem possible to get the retake. Now that puts Nothing to Lose up to 3. Again, they are facing the reigning champs, so it'd be quite an achievement if you're able to take this map, take the series, but it's not over yet. Gen.G has certainly been able to come back with some momentum of their own in previous maps. That's what they want to do right here, right now. Kind of figuring out that this might be a B push.
Yeah, but the attackers do still have 2 in that mid kind of area. They're now rotating over. Could have been good for Gen.G if they were able to push this and get some early picks.
Some really going down on either side, but it's actually just kind of smoke and mirrors. We have nothing to lose going back over to A. I mean, there was no overcommittal from Gen.G to move over into B, so there's still at least some guarding A. One already going down, though. Wall is going to be created to buy a lot more time because, yes, Gen.G, a lot of their team is over into B, now rotating. They might be able to do so in time, but Marina just kind of opened up the floodgates by taking out Lily. And now perfectly situated up here, waiting for a head to pop forwards. Lynn was kind of onto it. Way anyways, so 3-3. Nope, now quickly becoming 2-2.
One enemy remaining.
Lynn, now it's time to pop off. Possible. Hannah's trying to get the defuse. Alright, he's gonna grab Hannah. And now it's just Jet on Jets. But one team, you know, they have the spike on their side. They're gonna wait that one out. Ari's gonna win the duel.
Easy.
And that is another point for nothing to lose. I mean, pretty close one, but still up 4-0 now. It's very good for nothing to lose.
Yeah, they have to be feeling good about that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Gen.G use their timeout pretty soon here. Maybe after this round or the next one if they can't get a point on the board. It does look like they're not going to be able to buy. The economy's not looking great for them as they're setting themselves up. They haven't really changed their defensive setup too much, which I'm a little bit surprised about, given how dominating Nothing to Lose is. I would have expected Gen.G to adjust a little bit more, but they might be waiting 1 or 2 more rounds before making that choice.
Tyray, a little punished for being out there alone. So far, everyone's still alive. It's just a lot of injuries. And it's going to be a spike on B. Maybe look at the plant too. Hannah up on top. Gonna grab 1 kill. No, not quite. Can't get the shot to the sheriff. Finally, we have our first kill. Bob takes down Hannah. The shock dart, it looks like. Oh, and Arthur just grabbed Lily. Some action was happening over on A. KO versus KO, and it's not going to be the plant on B. Bob now over there gets taken out by Tyray. Tyray is doing pretty darn well, but now in an entirely wrong position. It's just her and Lynn to try and take this back because the plant is finally happening.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Repairing.
Yeah, Tyray, 3 health. This is... It's not going to happen for her. I don't really think... I don't know. It could be worth saving the gun. It looks like she might be making that choice here, or potentially just looking to get some picks as Nothing to Lose leaves the site for the spike detonation.
Yeah, I don't want to be caught in it. I mean, she's not really looking the right way to get any kills. So it seems to be just going to be the gun save. A bit tough here for Gen.G. Now down 0-5. There's the official exclamation. Attackers won. There you go. We expected that, however, and now it's, you know, looking at the economy, looking at the guns, looking at the ults. Gen.G have 3 ults, maybe a 4th, Tyray. And they're able to pick up some guns, but I think, yeah, now is the time to really try and think things through. So there's a timeout that you were predicting, Wolf.
Yeah, and not surprising to see them pulling this out here, because at this point, you know, they're down by 5. They really would like to put themselves on the board before this gets too far. But as you were saying, you know, both teams have a lot of alt economy up right now. Different alts, like the lockdown, KO's command alt. On the defensive side, both of those could be pretty useful for pushing attackers off of a site or away from a site to force them to go to a different direction where the defenders want them. And again, we do also have Lynn on her knives. We have seen her pop off with those before, so it kind of depends on how she's feeling for this match, whether or not those are going to be useful for them. On the opposite side, you know, Ari's got her knives up as well. We've seen her do devastating things with those when she starts to get very aggressive. Or that might be a bug on my. That's a bug on my screen? Actually, it looks like Ari's already popped them. So she, I don't think she actually has them. It's unclear. Gotta love UI bugs.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's UI bug. When you said a bug on your screen, I thought you literally meant a bug was like covering the number. I was like, I'm seeing it's ready. I mean, it seems to say so. As far as Lynn's knives go, I mean, I guess the decision is, can I do a lot with the knives, or can I maybe like hold on to them if we lose this round too, and I just can't buy a gun next round? For Ari, maybe just a bit more freedom here. Some money in the bank, and now looking for the shots with her own knives. Gen.G's coming in. Out to enter through. Oh, okay. Viper's Pit coming up. Gonna make things very close quarters. If they have anything to say about the spike being planted, it's all going to be in the Viper's Pit.
Yeah, we do have Carly is sitting over by that box. I don't think they know that she's on site. They've never cleared out that back of site area. So nothing to this could be surprised that she's already down that far. But with the Viper's Pit, it kind of negates it a little bit.
Defender's Killjoy coming in. Might actually activate. 5 more seconds on it. Gen.G's already lost 3 of their members. And that's actually 2-2. Carly's going to go for the defuse. Starrybun's going to find her, however. But the spike, I mean, now that's the real timer here. And Hannah didn't have time to defuse. Also gets picked off by Bob. 6-0 in favor of Nothing to Lose. Now I am scared for Gen.G. The first 4, even the 5th, I was like, well, you know, it's okay. But now, ooh, this is tough.
Yeah, it's definitely been really rough for them. Nothing to Lose has not been utilizing the midsection of this map at all. They've really just been going down those main lines, like go straight A, go straight B. If you rotate, it's still going straight to one of those sites without taking mid. It does look like Gen.G's swapping it up a little bit this time. They're actually in the mid right now, trying to get some information on which site is going to be the chosen one from Nothing to Lose.
You're the chosen one. Why didn't it work? Bob's gonna trade out before going down. And we did have Lynn actually. Yeah, he's using her knives now. There's no way you're gonna be able to buy a good gun. And so far, so good for Gen.G. Might just be their opportunity to get that 1 on the board. Just 1 though, and it's not quite done yet. They still have Ari, a decent gun, and Starry could res if she were to find a body in a, I guess, not vulnerable area, which she's nowhere close to doing. And in fact, they're about to be flanked. I don't know if they're looking backwards. Oh, Starry is. Well done, well done. Thinking they knows there might be another one in there.
Where are they going? They went all the way to the defender spawn, and now we're going over towards A. This is a very confusing round from both teams. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I love it when rounds get a little bit awkward.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, hoping that no one would find them, but it was actually... Someone did, but then they actually ended up trading favorably. Oh, and then run right into Carly's gun. Now we're down to just Ari. Yeah, the spike was planted. Maybe some room. No, not at all. And that's going to be diffused, so Gen.G finally pick up a point.
Yeah, they're putting themselves on the board. That was actually a great round for them because we did see that they only had, the sheriff's pistols going into that round. That's why they were setting up in that aggressive mid push. We've been seeing teams do that nonstop basically today, where they have a save round and they get aggressive as a cluster. So they were able to retrieve 3 rifles. That's going to be great for their economy. Going to mean that Lynn does get her operator. See how well she can utilize that on this map. We do have a lot longer sight lines than in some of the other maps we've played on today. Could be useful if she can get those shots off, though it does look like she's going to the B site while Nothing to Lose is setting up for another A execution.
She might try and come in from behind and pick off, if they're being slow about it anyways, but actually being very slow. Nothing to Lose, you just kind of push in, while leaving their Viper behind to check that possible flank. The Viper's Pit comes up. Making it again, kind of those close quarter combat. See if Nothing to Lose are up for it. Ari dashes forward, is able to trade out. Actually gets 2 before going down. Starry Bun finally gonna use the wall here. Maybe the res. There you go. Save it, but no, is it actually safe? Okay. It's safe. We're good.
Spike
And
planted.
that plant is going to go down. There's a 5-3. Not looking good for Gen.G here. But also not impossible. They very well could take this back.
Possible.
3.
Well, I mean, not there. You know, that kind of looked the wrong way. But finally, Lynn with the operator coming in. Lily backing her up as well. There's another operator shot, and Lily got an ultimate. So suddenly it goes 3-2 in favor of Gen.G, who desperately want to win this round as well. Actually get more points on the board. But is it going to happen? Spike's counting down. Lynn gets taken out with the operator.
Nowhere
They're going to be able to get that either.
Enemy remaining.
And the spike diffuser gets knocked out. Carly can't do very much more. That is another point for nothing to lose. The entirety of Gen.G were knocked out. Kind of looked promising for a second, but couldn't actually finish it.
Yeah, that was... Gen.G even read that correctly, knew that, you know, the Sova and the Viper were going to be sitting back off of site. They just weren't able to push quickly enough to go and stop them from using their utility in the ultimate to push the diffuser off of the spike. Bit unfortunate. There was a really nice round from both teams, though, and the Hunter's Fury is now off the board for the attacker, so they no longer have that. Nobody's terribly close. We do have Arya's one off of her ultimate, but otherwise, nobody else is terribly close to the ultimate. Means we're going to have at least 1, maybe 2 rounds where it's really just going to be gunplay and smaller abilities being used here.
No charges
As an
left.
operator again. Hopefully, she kind of started to work with it, right? So maybe she's starting to get into the groove a little. As we have the A site actually contested quite a bit. Ari not able to find any kills. Does Dink, and then Starry Bun's going to clean up too for setting up that wall. Carly, maybe, yeah, does find Bob. We're getting taken out, so now it's 1-to-1.
Spike
Hannah
down A.
L actually has kind of played chase at this point, perhaps. Artstar with a minute left could have tried going over to B. Is just going to go ahead and plant A and then get situated. Wait, knowing where Killjoy is. Let's get dicey for either side.
Yeah, I think she was going to try to leave the site there, but her own sage wall kind of stopped her from heading over towards B.
That's a good one. Oh, saw the head, but not long enough to get the kill. Now they both know where each other are. But the defuse, right, that's up to Gen.G. They have to get the defuse and deal with the player up on top, and they are. Hannah takes down Artstar with time enough to defuse, finally getting a second point.
Really well played from Hannah, moving off of... I don't know why she knew, or maybe it was just luck on her part, that that Artstar was going to look right rather than left when she came out to check the defusal. But just really well played from Hannah getting that last kill in the defuse. Still, it was a great round, but still a little bit sketchy for Gen.G. They only have 2 points here. Not that many rounds left in this half to close up the gap more.
Get out of
Do
my
what they
way.
can while they can.
Scanning ahead.
And has got that lockdown now, so it can push off the nothing-to-lose team. I mean, if she's in position, which she kind of will be, actually. It seems pretty evident that they do want to head to B. All of Gen.G are getting prepared. Ari looking for some damage with the knives. So far, not finding any heads. Gen.G's still kind of far back, so the plant's going to be able to happen. There's one. It wasn't actually from the knives, though. Artstar take credit for that kill. There's the plant. Will we see that lockdown used? Still up to Hannah. Some more time for her teammates to try and make some plays. 3-5. Gen.G's gonna have a difficult time making this work. Now 3-2. An even more difficult time for Gen.G. They've lost all their ults. Okay, guns, sure, but did they have any of the utility to make this work?
Yeah, it's
One
not
enemy
looking likely
remaining.
here. Oh, it's down to 1v4.
Pretty easy cleanup with the knives there. Not much else to say about the end of that round. It's, I mean, I don't know. And I'm not going to harp on the lockdown because who am I to talk, right? But I thought maybe it would have come down just to buy some time, but I guess it wasn't placed enough, and then why bother? Right.
Yeah, well, it was a little bit difficult there, right? Because we had Marina, who's on Nothing to Lose, was flanking. And I think Hannah might have been considering using the lockdown, but she turned her back at the wrong time, and Marina came around and shot her in the back of the head. So no real opportunity to use it there. Potential for it to be used this round to push the Nothing to Lose team off of a site, but we're gonna have to see how they play it. It does look like Gen.G is gonna get a little bit aggressive on the flank here, coming all the way out into the attacker spawn.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Not very well. Gen.G. Well, okay, finally pick up the spike carrier. I mean, now Hannah can kind of guard it. You know, they gotta come and grab that anyways. It seems like it's gonna happen pretty easily. In fact, a couple of cloudbursts come down. So Artstar picks it up, goes back over into A, and that plant should happen, and it's just simply Gen.G is just not in position to stop it. They're collecting themselves, getting duoed up, and going to push together into a 3-man defense. Definitely still possible. Especially as Hannah's picked up a pretty good gun, or kept a pretty good gun.
I was gonna say, I think they both picked up guns here, so
yes.
Evens it out a little bit, though we do have Bob in the back is going to tell the rest of her team, hey, they're not back here. So it's going to be expected that they're going to come in from the attacker side.
Oh, so much damage taken before the fight even starts. I mean, I'm surprised Hannah lived. It gives some hope, though. 2 people still alive, though both very, very injured against the 2 remaining and Nothing to Lose. Oh, and they line up.
1 enemy remaining.
There's no way they would have known, but they line up for
No
Bob.
one escapes my
Now it's
sight.
9-2.
No
Nothing
one.
to lose.
Last round
Just
in the
inching
half.
ever so much closer to winning this series. I mean, hopefully the momentum resets for Gen.G because they want a chance to defend their crown, but it seems like they might not get it. They might actually be stopped in the semifinals.
It's very possible here. You know, we could see a 3-9 going into the half, which was the scoreline in the first game, though opposite. It was Nothing to Lose with 3, and they did bring it back fairly well from that game. However, they did still lose, so that does not bode well for Gen.G coming into the half here. Does look like Nothing to Lose is going to do... They're pretty tried and true. Let's go to A first and see what's going on before we decide if we're gonna swap over to B or not.
Gen.G's got 2 ultimates ready to go. Hannah's still holding on to that lockdown. The pick ends up favorable for Gen.G. So finally a good start for them. And there is the Killjoy ults. Push away. Oh, it was destroyed. Okay. It's only going to buy so much time there.
Yeah, push them off a little bit, but not a huge amount.
KO. He's gonna need some help. Skyray is going to send. Oh,
Spike planted.
I guess I'd say that actually. I thought maybe it bounced incorrectly, but the Psych Bite worked out anyways. Picks up the kill. Gen.G looking to take this round by all expectation, anyways. But Marina taking down
standing.
1. Can she do more? Nope, she can't. Bob also goes down. Hannah grabs 2, and it is going to be a 3rd point for Bumble to start bridging this pretty darn big gap.
Switching sides.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for them. They got that last round. Definitely good usage for their ult economy. I have another bug on my screen of the virtual kind where Viper is apparently continuing to use her ultimate. However,
I have not seen that.
it happens. But yeah, we have swap sides now. Curious to see how this goes. Does look like Nothing to Lose is going to have a bit of a different setup than what we were seeing from Gen.G. They have 3 over on A, 1 on the boiler in the mid, and then Viper all by her lonesome over on that B site. Not actually a bad setup here. Does look like Gen.G's more going for more of a default, just trying to gain any information on what the defense might be doing. But in terms of like setting up just 1 on B, that is the most open site on this map. So having 1 there, having her back off if the attackers decide to go that way isn't a bad play because it's very easy to retake.
About to come in. Bob shoots first, but not correctly. We don't want to be taken down. So that is kind of an opening here for Gen.G to get the plants down before Nothing to Lose. Come back over, and actually Carly's going to be looking for a fight. She's backed up by 2 of her teammates, and they're going to go for it. all coming around the corner. Inevitable. Now it's 5-3, so very, very promising start here.
Last player standing.
Lynn taking down some kills as well. There's a flawless for Gen.G to start the half.
Yeah, very aggressive push coming out from Gen.G there. Really nice to see. We have seen them previously when they go on to their first round of attacks sometimes get a little bit stalled out. So that was really nice from them. Got the plant down quickly and easily to take that round. We could see a very good comeback start off here because, as typical, this is the second round and a half. We're expecting Gen.G to take it now that they have SMGs. So we are seeing that Ariana Gist has bought up to a Marshall, even though they lost that half, or that round, I mean.
Right, yeah. I'll see if it comes into play. The SMGs are going to be pushing way through mid and kind of catching the tail end of the push onto B. Maybe let's say a large flank. Put it that way. Plant goes down. And now the retake begins. Lily is going to be able to take out Ari. Marshall didn't really play any effect at all. And then Carly takes down 2. Hannah comes in with 1, and then Lynn finishes it all off for yet another flawless in the second round of this half.
Yeah, Gen.G has got to be feeling good about that. You know, they were able to save up all of their SMGs from that round. This is going to be a really good bonus. I would expect to see them possibly swap over towards A to get into those closer sightlines where the SMGs will have a little bit more impact. However, if they choose to do that, Nothing to Lose is reading that and putting 4 over on the A site, where they're going to, I expect, to play rather aggressively coming out of there, but it does look like Gen.G is going to take mid instead.
One of the first times we've seen this really be the play. Other side. It's definitely a play for team Gen.G as Lynn grabs the first kill. That opens up the opportunity to get that spike on the B site. There it is. This is really quite the start of a comeback by the looks of things.
Spike planted.
As what does Nothing to Lose do from here? Communicate, I guess. Slowly start pushing in from multiple angles. We even got a couple of agents suppressed there. Of the guns then. Ari's gonna get 1 kill to start things off. Not know where Hannah was though. Find much, and that's going to be 4-2 as Gen.G seem to have the defense on lockdown. There it is, the cleanup with the bull rush. And again, Gen.G 3 in a row.
3 in a row. They had 4 players live through that. They all picked up rifles. Even if they lose this round, they're going to be able to buy next round. That's going to be huge for their economy, and they've now set their opponents back. We're seeing 2 Marshals come out from Nothing to Lose, and the rest of them are on pistols. So we're I'm rather confident in saying that this is probably going to be another round towards Gen.G, just closing that gap a little bit more. Nothing to Lose is going to have to start swapping things up a little bit in order to keep their lead going.
Maybe that swapping up is 2 Marshals. I kind of want to see this work. You know, I'm not cheering for either team, but I want to see the double Marshal take down 2 long locations. So far, not going to be finding an opportunity. Hannah's going to be peeking though soon. She might just get bopped. The rest of her team kind of heading towards A though.
Yeah, and this is a very interesting setup because we do have the defenders mostly stacking towards that B long side. Probably assuming that Gen.G was going to take that area, knowing that they had to buy pistols, but... Oh, no. Looks like everybody's now rotating towards B. Here we go.
Kind of just blitzing in, and Bob was in a good position, just didn't get the shots. So Gen.G already quickly taking down 3. Unfortunately, the double Marshal didn't do very much. And Carly seems like she's able to clean things up. The Marshal, a difficult tool to use in this particular position, so Artstar change over to pistol still could not beat Carly. And that is the 3rd flawless and the 4th round in favor of Gen.G Team Bumble.
Yeah, oh, here we go. I was just gonna say, you know, probably time for a timeout for the defenders here. We do see that Gen.G have the KO command ultimate up. That is a very useful ultimate to push onto a site because you're able to suppress all of your opponents within a rather large radius, actually. So I'm curious to see how Gen.G is going to utilize that, if they're going to save it or if they're going to use it like this round maybe in order to push this advantage more, get themselves even closer to tying it up with nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Choice of carrying the momentum or having it in your back pocket. I guess the two choices.
Yeah, and the rest of the team on Gen.G side is actually all of the players really are at least halfway to their ultimates. So we are going to be seeing those come into play even more as time goes on here. Does look like, I mean, we're in a timeout, so she might sell it after this, but it does look like Ari is picking up an operator, maybe trying to see if that big sniper rifle is going to change the flow of the game at all for her team. Does look like she's going to be taking that to the B long area. That's one of the longer sight lines.
Mm-hmm.
I lied, she's taking it mid. Still a long sight line and able to get the information of if the Gen.G team is stacked up towards the A side or not.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's it's a tinier little option here, but still, it's a very good, useful area for the operator, as we just saw. So already paying off a little bit as Gen.G comes down just to 4. Now they're going to push onto A, but there's actually a fairly nice setup here for nothing to lose. The information. Oh, nicely done. Yep, does clean up the kill. Bob gets both, and now it seems like it is inevitable that nothing to lose have got this. The spike is actually headed towards still a very well defended A site, and I'm not sure B is really all that much better, but the operator's still on the lookout too. But it's just like either option's not looking too great for Gen.G.
One enemy remaining.
No, and as you say, there's the operator getting that last pick, and Marina cleaning up Lily for the final kill of the round. That was a good round right after the timeout for nothing to lose. They've kind of messed with our pattern though of teams taking a timeout, needing a round, and then utilizing it.
Right? Yeah.
But we're just collecting more data. It's fine. Looks like the op is heading over towards the B site this time, going to be looking down that long area. Going to get some information. I would expect to see Hannah put out the turret. That seems to be kind of her play, is putting the turret at the top of B long just to see what kind of response the defenders are going to have for it.
Scanning ahead.
Bob's going to get all the information. Let's see, I mean, there's definitely some movements, but Gen.G have not really committed to either side. Spike just perfectly in the middle of where everyone is right now. Picked up and kind of seems like it might be going to A. And that's nothing to lose. Also, maybe, I mean, considering the option and then having their operator kind of cover B for now, because they can scout and dash away and maybe get a kill in the process, makes sense that the rest of their team is kind of waiting a bit, in the middle, ready to move once they get information.
Yeah, it does look like Gen.G is actually heading over towards this B site, maybe thinking that they've made enough noise at A that everybody's rotated off, but Ari's just sitting here waiting.
But misses the shot. I guess one of those just like 1 second, a bit too late. And that means that the site's now, engulfed. The nice thing is that the Jet can kind of dash away, come back later on. That's the ideal. Lynn is going to be able to start picking up numbers. As Ari keeps the same on Jets. Gen.G up at 4 agents looking to plant that spike. There it is. Still with the knives as well. I mean, it's not impossible for nothing to lose to try and take this. But it is going to be very difficult now that the operator's in the hands of Lynn. She's injured, but still gonna... No, not grab a kill. Not grab a kill. I heard the shot. Thought it was going to be the kill, but it is Starybun taking it down. And now taking another, taking a third as well. Oh, Starybun! Woo-hoo-hoo! Very well done. Last woman standing and gets the defuse.
That was an ace.
Nice. It
Yeah.
was nicely done.
Well done from Starry. That was... She just completely popped off that round and recovered the operator, which,
Perfect.
that's 49. I think they downed the price. I think it's 4,900 now that they don't have to spend. We do see Gen.G coming out with their own timeout now. They had some good momentum going, but it does look like nothing to lose is edging ever so close to that match point. Gen.G has to change it up and not let them get another one.
It's gonna be very scary if that happens. I mean, Starry Bun, though, if this was on land, would be getting all types of shoulder claps and, you know, cheers right now, because that was pretty sick. It was the most, monumental opportunity, but I still think, like, with that victory, the noose is kind of tightening here on Gen.G, because that did look like it was going to be an 8 to 10, and instead it's a 7 to 11. They don't sponsor us.
Right.
I take that back.
Right, and we do have, their economy's okay. They had a couple of really good rounds in a row, so they've built up some money. They should be able to, they're buying up this round. They should maybe even be able to buy next round if they lose it, which would be good because that would be match point. But it's got to be difficult. They only have the Sage Resurrection up on both sides. Oh, no, my UI is fooling me again. Tyray also has her Viper's Pit up. So if they can get a plant down, that could be a good ultimate to use in order to kind of block all of the vision from... oh my god, here we go. From the opponents. Battle of the Jets in the mid.
Yes, Ari actually not able to get the pick. Maybe gets a little bit injured. Starry Bun's not going to be able to do a repeat, so she gets taken down by Tyray. They're still waiting with it, though. Oh, with the operator. Not going to be as effective with the Viper's Pit up. The wall protecting as well. Bob's at least going to get some information. Go for the spray through it. Not going to find anything, though. This is once again looking good for Gen.G on the defense, but it's definitely not over yet. Score still up for nothing to lose. Just the Viper's Pit having to be dealt with is so darn scary. Yup, still trying its best even through this. No kills from either side yet. The Viper's Pit doing what it does best, I suppose, and just letting that timer run down on the spike. Finally, some action happening as everyone drops down. The Viper Pit dissipates as well, and we're left here with Gen.G at 3 agents just to Marina, who's going to grab one, but the spike is already going to pop. There's just not enough time to pick up the kills. If you can, she cannot. And Gen.G do put that point. They were so important up there, 8 to 11.
Yeah, they definitely needed that. But that's not all they needed. They need a couple more here still. They've got to get to 5 rounds before letting Nothing2LOS get to 2. Not a completely impossible ask, but definitely going to be hard. It does look like they should be able to grab this round, however, and put themselves up to a 9-11 scoreline, because Nothing2LOS doesn't have great economy. Looks like they're only going to be able to have that one hero rifle on Ari Anarchist.
One down.
Well, that didn't work out very well. And takes him down in the Jet War, but then Nothing2LOS. Take down 2 more. Hunter's Fury comes out and is going to injure, but not kill. Not kill. Marina, though, is going to pick up the kill. No! Okay, I was really afraid she was going to whiff that, but she gets the kill. And Nothing2LOS now with 3 agents left to Gen.G's 2, and Gen.G have yet to plant the spike. It's going to be happening on B. That's going to mean plenty of time for Nothing2LOS to think this through and how to retake the site and take that 12th point.
Oh yeah, we do have Artstar here in the back. Nobody knows she's already made it up on the flank.
Oh, Carly gonna have one. Gotta be here for Gen.G. Can't let this point go. You have another chance after this, but it's just so darn difficult, and you can't do anything more. That's 8 to 12, Nothing2LOS. So close to beating the reigning champions. It feels like it's right on the tip of their tongue, It's gonna happen. Gen.G just can't find their rhythm yet. Not quite. It's getting there, so close, but it's not happened. Well, tell me, do they actually have a chance here? What is the economy? What's it going to look like?
I definitely think that there is a chance. We do have Gen.G, as we've been saying, their economy has been pretty healthy for this half. They are still able to buy rifles. It is match point, so that is good. Ari on the defense does have an operator, which could prove difficult to deal with if it's in the correct spot. But we do see her over on B. It looks like it's going to be an A hit instead. Gonna see how fast. Oh, but Bob getting that first pick onto Lynn. Not a good start for Gen.G, certainly.
No, it is not. Gen.G
You should run.
with a chance, and are going to use the lockdown to hopefully secure a plant. I mean, eventually should. But no, it's not. The lockdown was destroyed, and there's no plants. All of nothing to lose. Well, minus Artstar now. We're now moving in to defend A. Lily has a res on Lynn finally, and that does put Gen.G up an agent. Bob, though, quick to take it back down to a 4v4. Ari with the operator can't add anything here as Gen.G starting to take the kills. Bob wants to be the heroine here, wants to end it right here, right now. Knows the plant's happening, is going to rotate over, go for the swing on Tyray. Petra looking the wrong way, but then caught actually by Lynn up in heaven. And Gen.G still alive, 9-12.
Still alive, and they saved 3 guns from that round, so that's going to definitely help them. You know, Hannah or Lynn able to buy some of their teammates should they need it. And we do have Gen.G, I mean, both sides do have double ults up. Gen.G's are a little bit more aggressive with the KO command ult and Jet's knives there. So wouldn't be a bad time to, you know, use maybe one of those. We do see that Nothing to Lose, again, is on kind of a weird vibe.
Very weird vibe. And don't start off too well by losing Ari. Zane doesn't actually know someone's a cubby. Artstar is going to grab 2 to 3 before going down. But, as it's dusted, if the dust clears, it is 2 to 2. Gen.G still might be able to get the plants. No, not a Bob. Is anything to say about it? Bob on top! Grabs the 13th round. Nothing to lose. Take out the reigning champions and move on to the finals of the VCT Game Changers Academy. What a surprise. A bit of an upset coming in here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you said, we had Gen.G. They were the reigning champs, but, you know, just today, Nothing to Lose has been very strong throughout this whole tournament. They proved it today, bringing this over to map 3 and taking that map. I can't wait to see them against GX3 in the finals. That's going to be coming up pretty soon here.
It's going to be coming up, I believe, after a break. But guys, before we head in there, just to really hype it up, GX3 versus Nothing to Lose. The best of 3 finals for all the marbles. It's also going to be a different set of casters bringing you the finals. So I just wanted to quickly say, you know, thanks for having me. You know, Wolf, excellent co-caster. Thanks for making my job a lot easier. And just in general, guys, make sure to support the channel, all that stuff. Make sure to stick around because we are going to go to break. But when we come back, it is the grand final. So don't go anywhere.